What up, brother?
Hey, Chris, can you hear me, man?
Yeah, it was good. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. It's great to talk to you, man.
You too, bro. How's everything?
Everything's good, man. How about you?
Doing good. Just got back from Sequoia with the lady. Just had a good
Uh,
weekend up there. Yep.
how's the holidays?
It's chill, man. My first holiday is not going to the East Coast, so it was nice to. We just got like a little cabin in the woods up in Sequoia.
Okay. What'd you
How
guys
was
do out there?
we walked around the national park, drove through some snow. We took acid one day. That was fun, and just kind of chilled, watched Hunger Games, had a good time.
That's great, man. I'm glad you had a good time out there in Sequoia.
Thank you, brother. How was yours?
It was pretty good. Just chill with the family. My sister came in from London, and it
Sick.
was nice to see her.
Let's go. Let's go. That sounds awesome. It's a good time of the year.
Yes, sir. Well, today I was wanting to talk about our song.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
I was wanting to talk about the beat first.
Cool.
I was wondering what kind of synthesizer you used.
I believe that was something off Arturia, just the plugin. I mean, I have this wall of synths and shit here, but sometimes I just go to MIDI and I'll just, pull that little guy out and fucking find a good patch and do some MIDI stuff. I believe there was a pad that was chopped up for that. And then, yeah, probably Arturia 5 has some good synth sounds on there.
Okay. And I
Yeah.
also noticed there was like a bass note that is kind of like spaced out. And it reminded me of some of your older stuff, like off your instrumental album, like the song Aquarium.
Okay, sick. Let me listen real quick. I just want to. Yeah, I think that's like a pad. But aquarium is interesting because it's that was on the machine, Native Instruments machine, which I actually just got a new machine. I sold my MPC and went back to machine, so that's like a full circle moment. But I think aquarium and a lot of those beats were made off of Native Instruments patches, which are really sick. They have like a lot of stock things, but like not a lot of people have a machine or use it in modern music. I found that, so it's like when you find a stock thing and it sounds good and you haven't heard it on a million other songs, you could go with it. It's kind of like an untapped stock area. But yeah, machine is how I made a lot of those early beats, and I'm just getting back to that now. So it's refreshing, full circle.
I love to hear it. And I actually heard of you while you were making those beats. It was the video where you were in your dorm room. You told your friend, you're like, stop pressing my buttons. And I thought
Yeah,
that was funny as fuck.
yeah,
So
yeah. That's
I
how we
eventually got a
started.
machine.
The machine's sick, man. Easy to use, and yeah, we just hit up Native Instruments for the first time in like 10 years, and I was like, yo, I need to get back on machine.
Oh, yeah. And the stock plugins, like you said, you're talking about the complete pack.
Yeah, complete, and then just some of the groups too. Like I think if you get complete, it gives you a lot of groups, but a lot of those kind of patterns and groups, they have things within them that are good starting points and good things you could like sometimes I'll pick a random group, I'll find a pattern, and then I'll just mute like everything but one sound, so you just kind of have like a something to start with. I like to start super minimally, and have like it could be literally like just like a hi-hat or a shaker or something to just give you the pulse of a song, and then start from there and build up.
Right. And that's
Yeah.
why I by the bass note. It kind of reminds me of reggae, how there's kind of like a droning effect to it.
Yep, yep. Those
Um, I,
reggae dub bass lines always have like they always, and that's interesting. Yeah, because I think reggae and dub specifically is just usually a loop and like a 2 bar loop, like not even a long loop. And that's what a lot of beats are. That's like what a lot of hip hop beats are. It kind of has it does all the work for you, and you know that's there, and it's like not evolving. So then you can make the words and the song around it evolve, and it kind of takes care of one level of the song.
right, right. I was wondering, will you ever get back to making any reggae songs? I love the song Love off
Yeah.
of This Shit Comes in Waves. I was wondering if you'd ever do that kind of thing ever again.
Thank you, bro. I think there's gonna be some like you could probably hear a little bit of reggae within it, but I don't think I'll be doing like straight reggae. I always love reggae, but I think the reggae music that I love is it has to be so authentic and like roots reggae. Like it takes different tape machines, and like it has to be recorded a certain way to have like a real sound to it. So I don't really like polished reggae, and I don't really like white boy reggae, and I think a lot of modern polished like pop sounding reggae sounds like a lesser than version of the shit that I think is the shit. So I think like in the feeling of it, maybe you'll hear some reggae, like in the bounce of things. Like some of the music I'm working on has kind of like a pocket that is could be reggae drums or a rhythm section that's kind of got that pulse to it. But yeah, that's about as far as I think I'll go.
Love to hear it, man. Well, since we're
Yeah.
going down that rabbit hole, there's actually a little reggae sample on this record. Um,
Yeah.
it's a children's choir. What can you tell me about that?
Wait, what song are we talking about?
I'm pretty sure it's After Business.
Let me listen real quick. Like a lot of songs, my boy.
Oh wait, maybe After Very Special. But there's like bombs going off in the background. It's you and Jibs talking.
I think I know what you're talking about. Let me see.
That's it.
No idea what that is.
Well, I went and found that record years ago, and it's a children's choir.
Really?
Yeah,
That was probably just sitting on my iTunes at that point. I mean, back in those days, we were making. I think it was like kind of before Spotify, so it was probably just the songs that I had downloaded or saved or have on my iTunes. So I would just, that's a funny sample. Yeah.
I didn't mean to pull a Nardwar moment on you.
No, I love it. I love it. It's exciting to like. I'll listen back sometimes and I'll hear those things and I'll be like, what was that? So some of them I do remember. Like I think like the song Love. I think that sample is like straight. I think I'm literally just singing on a beat by the Scientist. And I think I may have pitched it up a little bit or sped it up. Um, but because the Scientist has like it's that real roots feel that like just kind of can't be recreated. So I was like, I'm just gonna do it on this. Yeah.
Yeah, that's neat. And when we first met was around the time of this record. I met you at the Green Elephant Lounge in Dallas, but I was just like 16 years old, and this was 2016. And when you and Jips came out, y'all started playing Collie Buds Come Around.
Yeah.
That's its fire.
That was the entrance song for a long time.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
The next time I saw you was in Tulsa, and you were actually with my photographer Jake Brown. Do you
Okay.
remember Jake?
I think I remember Jake. I mean, sometimes we're passing through cities and different photographers pull up. I'm sure if I saw his face, I would oh okay, that's the boy. Yep.
Yeah, he was backstage with y'all and had his girlfriend, the
Sick.
blonde girl. But
Sick.
yeah. Um, Also, I was wanting to talk about how long did it take you to write your verse on Duck?
Um I think quick. I think I was I was around Jips when he was working a lot and he was doing a lot of like punch in things. And I like to switch up how I write. Sometimes I'll like sit on a beat and write to it for like weeks or months. And then on this one I was like, let me take some inspiration from my boy Jips who works inside the house. I'm in the studio outside. And I was like, you go bar for bar. You just like hit record and like if you get 2 bars, like you put them in and then you just punch in. So I was like experimenting with that and kind of not trying to think as hard. Sometimes the best stuff comes when you're just going at it. So on that one, I was like, let me just like exercise and treat the beat like an exercise and kind of just open up what could happen. And then it turned out pretty dope. So I was like, this is a fun way to it's a fun way to approach things. It's very different from when you're making like indie alternative styled songs. But I want to figure out how to bridge those two worlds because there's something I like about kind of freestyle punch in energy where because it's you don't know what you're gonna say and that's the excitement of every line is like a you don't get to the next line unless you're happy with that line so you fuck with it until you are and you just keep going.
Yeah, that's almost like a Lil Wayne method of going about it.
Definitely. Well, it's a lot of rappers be doing that and I think it's a good way to approach music.
I certainly go about it that way depending on my role on the song. So
Yeah.
if I'm just like brainstorming at first, I'll do that. But on this song, it took me 2 days or 3 days to write it fully because I wanted it to be perfect.
Yeah, man, and even Lil Wayne, I've heard him say to I forget who the artist was. I think it was like J. Cole or someone he was in the studio with, and he was like, just because I go in the booth and I go bar for bar or freestyle it or don't write or do it really quick, like that doesn't mean you have to do that. Like do it however you do it. So I think it's like just it's different strokes for different folks, and just get your verse out how you're happy with it, and however that takes. If it's ideally it's not a year to write the verse. Sometimes we got to check each other and be like, yo, get your verse done. But sometimes shit takes long. That's just how it goes.
Yeah, a year to write a verse is a long time though.
Yeah, but then you think of Leonard Cohen's song Hallelujah, which took him 5 years to write, and that's a song that plays still all the time and is like one of the most famous songs ever. It's like it took him 5 years to write. Like he wasn't not writing for that. He was writing verses and scrapping them and moving lines around. And so, yeah, sometimes you got to dig.
That is very true, and it's that way with gospel music too.
Definitely, definitely.
So I was wanting to talk about one line of the song where you mentioned a guy named Trey. Do you know who that guy is?
Trey is one of my homies from but I think I was listening before. I was like, I think I say train never stop. I don't know what you want.
Um,
I think I said train, but there is another character in that which is named Stone. So I said Stone called at 6 a.m. or 8 a.m. Let's get this work. And Stone was he was a personal trainer of mine. He's my homie who started a personal training like company or whatever, and I started to do private lessons with him. And he was just getting me in the gym. And so I think I wrote it during those days where I was working out. With his name's Stone Love. He's an amazing artist himself. And yeah, I was just inspired by his energy and just him. Like sometimes you need a homie to get you, to be your best self. And but I do mention Trey in a lot of my other shit. Trey designed a lot of our early merch, and he's just a creative who lives in LA. Went to school with us, and yeah, he started a clothing company. He's the shit. I have a few songs about Trey, but I think I mostly reference Stone Love in this one.
okay, cool.
Yeah.
What do you do to stay fit?
I just hit the gym for like 3 4 times a week, and I just blast myself. I just get in there, kind of no routine. Like, I mean, I'll do like buys back one day and just hit like 5 or 6 sets of whatever the fuck and run around, and then go back the next day. Maybe do legs, maybe do chest the next day, and just get in there and tire myself out and then leave. Like it's no. I probably I stay fit, but I probably just need to eat more because it's like I'm lean, but I want to get bigger.
Yeah, I've noticed that about you. You've always been lean. You haven't gained a bunch of weight. Because I've been watching your music videos and all that stuff for a long time. Um, but I also noticed you're very disciplined. So I always assumed you were in the gym, but it's good to know that you're always staying healthy, man. Glad to hear it.
Cheers, bro. Yeah, I think I hit the gym, yeah, 3 or 4 times a week, and I try to just move. Like I think it's all about blood flow and feeling good, and so it's less about like look. It's more so about like leaving the gym and being like, okay, I took care of myself.
Mhm.
Now, like whatever challenge I'm gonna face in the day, it can't be harder than that. So um, I like to just put a little bit of an obstacle in the morning, so you have that extra boost later on.
Right, because life is full of obstacles and you just got to get the first one down and then the next, and you're good. You're golden.
Facts. It's momentum. Yep.
Well, Felly, I was wondering, will you ever be coming back to Oklahoma to do a show, possibly?
Man, I hope so. We don't have a tour scheduled at the moment. I might take a little bit of a hiatus from touring maybe this next year, but after that, I mean, I love pulling up to Oklahoma. I love doing shows there, and people are always showing love there. So definitely have to get it on the next tour. I think I'm going to take this next year and make something new that I'm. I think with touring and releasing music and everything going fast, it takes a lot of it takes a lot out of you. But more so, I think I just need to. I want to return to that quiet place of where everything spawns from and create something from that place and sort of shut the doors again and not be. I think I did like almost 50 shows this past year. And what is a show if you don't have new shit that you're proud of? So it's a constant like return to the creation point, and that's my favorite point. So I'm back in the studio making a lot of music.
I think you're doing the right thing and making the right move here. And
Thank you.
honestly, dude, I don't know how you do the touring because it's so exhausting.
It is. It is. It is. It's exhausting. It can lose a lot of money because I tour with such a big party of people, and so it's just every day is like such a heavy lift. You're out there like just doing like you're exhausted every day. But then when you do the shows and nobody knows about that and nobody cares really how exhausted you are, it's like it's about that hour or two that you're playing. And those are the special moments, and that's why we do it. But definitely to anybody who is in the music world and knows about anything about touring, it's like it ain't no joke. Yeah,
Yeah, even Michael Jackson himself said, I don't want to do another tour. This is it. Because the greatest performer got tired.
facts. Yep,
It
yep.
always happens.
It takes a lot, man. It's not easy to deal with like a bunch of new faces every night. Like that is I'm good at it and I can entertain pretty well, but I think you don't realize until you come home like, oh wow, when you're talking to, a couple hundred people every night, you it takes something, you know.
It takes from you.
Yeah, in
Yeah.
some way. It also gives to you in some way, but some are more some things could be draining for sure, but that's what we signed up for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anytime I'd be talking to you, I try not to annoy you.
I appreciate that. No, you cool as hell, bro. You're a real one, and I appreciate you putting this song together. And yeah, man, you're from the moment I met you, you approached me in a very like sincere way and had a plan and had ideas. And I was like, anybody who pulls up like that, it's easy for me to work with and function with. So I appreciate that. I appreciate the love in Dallas, and yeah, send love to you and your boys too who came through. That was a fun show, and
Yeah,
yeah, happy we got one out.
me too. Um, yeah, my friend was with me, and he said you had said that I'm like Scott Storch. What about me reminds you of Scott Storch?
Um, like you have a businessman mentality, and I think that can get lost in the creatives because there's no A&Ring anymore, and there's just like you're either like a broke creative who just makes music, or you're a label exec who just like makes money off the music. But there's some sort of figure in the middle that is very important, and I guess they used to call them like it used to be mostly like an A&R, but I think a lot of A&Rs are artists in their own right, and I think anybody, just putting together this beat with this person or connecting dots, even if they're not like you know a studio rat, you can still make music in those rights. And I don't know why I thought of Scott Storch. I mean, he is a musician at heart, but I think he makes hits by being smart and being like strategic with who he's with positioning and like who he's putting in with who. And I thought you had just like a vision, and that's always welcomed.
I really appreciate that because I'm a huge Scott Storch fan,
Sick,
and a lot of people don't know he made most of the hits of like the '90s, early 2000s. So I appreciate that,
of
and
course.
I would say that my role is kind of more like a Benny Blanco kind of role.
Sick,
Yeah,
sick.
so I like putting artists together on songs, and I just always wanted to work with you, man. And now I had the opportunity, and I just try my best. Like for a bit, you were on tour, you dropped Flexi. I didn't know if I was gonna hear from you, and then boom, I get a text message, and I'm like, "Let's go, let's go."
All in right timing, man. All in right timing.
Yeah, man. Well, I appreciate your time. Thanks for doing this interview.
Of course, bro. Thank you for everything, and dude, much more success to you. Don't be a stranger, and yeah, tap in if you want to get some more work done. And yeah, I see something in you, and I hope that you continue to do things within the music world. Even though it's a weird place right now, and no one's sure how to get their foot in the door, we need folks like you. So, um, yeah, keep on, man.
I appreciate that, man. And would you like to tell me about some of your upcoming projects?
I'm in creation phase right now. I'm about to go to Lake Arrowhead and record the first week of January, and then I'm going to New York to record in a studio called Thump there. And I have a lot of songs that I'm sitting on that I like, but I want to get into a new headspace. I'm not. I don't know where. I don't know what I'm doing yet. I think I gotta make the sound first before I have a an idea of what the world is gonna be. But like I said earlier, that's my favorite. That's my favorite part of it is figuring out the what world it is. If it's indie shit, if it's straight raps, if it's a mix of the two, I gotta find what excites me because I've gone down many paths, and I need to find the next one that is very exciting to me, or else until I find that I don't put stuff out.
Absolutely, man. And your fans love how you keep it exciting. You're always coming with a new sound. And I know what you mean about stepping into a new environment or a new room and recording, how important that can be just to refresh.
Absolutely, absolutely. But I'll let you know once we get our finger on something.
Of course, man. And we're going to stay in touch. I really appreciate you and everything you do.
Of course. Thank you, BJ. Likewise, man. The respect is mutual.
Yes, sir. All right, man. Have a good night.
All right, brother. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Peace, bro.